Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakal, Kodash. Double honor, can't do that, so salutations to the Akim out there. Well, salutations to the apostles and elders of GMS, bro. My bad here. Damn, man. I'll do something about that next time I be doing lines, but it is what it is. I'm gonna keep going. You know. Salutations to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, and Shalom, as well as and Shalom to the brother, the Akim out there, the brothers that's out there spreading this truth like wildfire and all truthfulness and all sincerity. And shalom to the rest of the whole elect out there. I hope this video was edifying. Alright, anyways, it's gonna be about, several subjects. One of the subjects is, this tweet by, DJT, man. Basically he's doing away with pennies, and basically I'm gonna show how that's gonna lead to, that's one of the ways that it's gonna lead to a digital currency. And this is what the tweet says. Well, it's not a tweet, but it's basically like one, but it's his own site called True Social. But for far too long, the U.S. has minted pennies which literally cost us more than 2 cents. This is so wasteful. I've instructed my secretary of the U.S. Treasury to stop producing new pennies. Let's rip the waste out of our great nation's budget, even if it's a penny at a time. And that, right now it's just pennies. But think of how this devil works, man. Right now it's just pennies. But, later on Esau is going to say, hey, nickels. We don't really need them like that, It costs more to make them than the actual cost of the nickels, We don't really need them like that. It's just coins like that people don't really think about. And then, hey, dimes, hey, we don't really need them like that, Quarters, it may just be that we don't really need these coins like that, They be costing too much to the U.S. to be making them, we need to save money, man. And then I may go like coins is like may have, hey, you got the bird flu popping off, right? Maybe like also, coins, they be spreading germs and shit, because everybody touching them. So we gotta do away with all these coins, Then, fiscal money in general with the dollars and shit, we heading that way, The U.S. is heading that way. And also just cards now and then. Cards, even that, too dirty. Just app on your phone or some shit, But not everybody has a cell phone, and that's the kicker, Or your phone may be dead or some shit. or something like that, and can't really charge it at places. So, you know, what if you don't even have that with you? You know, so they're gonna offer a solution. You know, take that RFID chip. That you'll have your money in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just just take it. You'll have your money in you, and that's hey, we're moving towards the MOTB, and with Donald Trump and Elon Musk being involved, he's about that. Elon wanna put a chip in your brain, man. He's about that technocracy. He's about that fourth industrial revolution type shit, man. And they got up in there, at those, man. So, hey, this is coming soon in this biblical prophecy. Revelation 13 and 16 down to 18, you already know. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. You may be thinking, oh, hey, you're blowing this out of proportion. It's not, gonna lead to nothing. But this is how these devils work, man. They use a tactic called incrementalism and also testing the waters, man. They're seeing what they can get away with. In 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not, and devices goes into that as well, tactics as well, man. This is a way to do something. It's like a device, So that goes into that as well, I believe when you look into the Greek, that's goes into that as well, man. But Ecclesiastes 5 and 15, be not ignorant of anything in the great matter and small. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that in the Greek. Oh, my bad. What? That's crazy as fuck. Give me a second. Because it was saying basically like that page is not available, but that's crazy as fuck. But let's go to devices. Strong and fall on that. A perception, purpose, by implication, the intellect, disposition itself divides my thought. A mental perception, thought, evil, purpose, that which thinks the mind, thought, or purpose. And basically, devising, or goes into devising, plotting, and that's what these devils is doing. But let's go to that root word, Let's go to that. To exercise the mind, comprehend, heed, consider, think, understand. To devise, I guess, in that way. And then from like root of that, probably from that, But if you think about it, use your mind, to really invent shit, Invent what? Devices. So it even goes into that, which is why they use that word for that as well. But yeah. Probably from the base of to know and mental perception, evil purpose, that which thinks the mind, thought, or propose. So it goes into to devise a plan type shit. Hey, that goes into this as well, man. Because these devils be plotting. And Satan just means adversary. So it goes into them as well. So, hey. But, there's a scripture that goes into, man, Most High Yahweh has made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions, or something like that. It probably doesn't say that, man, specifically, because I keep looking it up and it's not giving me nothing. But it's probably spelled different or something. I know how it is. I know there's a scripture that say that. Ecclesiastes 7:29. But if it's not spelled that specifically, you're not gonna get it. It is what it is. Yeah, like the V is not really there in Old English, but Ecclesiastes 7:29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High Power Yahweh hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Where inventions start in the mind, But yeah, you could look at it that way as well. But anyways, we're not ignorant to what these devils is trying to do, man. What our adversaries are trying to do. But anyways, what I'm gonna go into next is I'm gonna go into this right here. Trump, he's saying no right of return, on the Gaza plan, for Palestinians, man. President Donald Trump said Palestinians would have no right of return to Gaza under his U.S. takeover plan, describing his proposal in excerpts of an interview with Salakia released Monday as a quote-unquote real estate development for the future. When really, they're displacing people from their homes and shit. Trump told Fox News channels, which, them heathens don't really belong there, but you know what I'm saying, they've been there for a minute. But Trump told Fox News channel's Brett Baier that, quote-unquote, I would own it, and then that could be as many as 6 different sites for Palestinians to live outside Gaza under the plan, which the Arab world and others in the international community have rejected. Quote-unquote, no, they wouldn't, because they're going to have much better housing. Trump said, when Baier asked if the Palestinians would have the right to return to the enclave, however you pronounce it, most of which has been reduced to rubble by the so-called state of Israel's military since October 2023. In other words, I'm talking about building a permanent place for them. Because if they have to return now, it'll be years before you could ever. It's not happening. Quote unquote. And it's just an excuse, really, for the U.S. to move their assets in there. Basically, pretty much what it is. Because you know they gonna have U.S. troops there as well. You know, I'm gonna go into how that fits biblical prophecy, but yeah, Trump first revealed the shot Gaza plane during the joint news conference with visiting Israeli PM. You know, we call him not a Jew. You know, on ABB not a Jew on Tuesday, drawing outrage from Palestinians. The U.S. president pressed his case for Palestinians, it is what it is, to be moved out of Gaza, devastated by the Israeli, Hamas war, and for Egypt and Jordan to take them. In a Fox interview, which will be broadcast Monday after the first half was screened the day before, Trump said he would build quote-unquote beautiful communities for the more than 2 million Palestinians who live in Gaza. Quote-unquote, could be 5, 6, could be 2, but we will build safe communities a little bit away from where they are where all of this danger is, quote-unquote, added Trump. So they're going to be somewhere else, basically. Quote-unquote. In the meantime, I wouldn't be surprised they moved them to the U.S., man. And they build those communities for them here. But, quote-unquote, in the meantime, I would own this. Think of it as a real estate development for the future. It would be a beautiful piece of land, no big money spent, quote-unquote. And basically, that goes into your 15-minute cities and shit. You know, what's a better selling point than that, you know? Look, it transformed Gaza, you know? Trump stunned the world when he announced out of the blue last week that the U.S. would, quote-unquote, take over the Gaza Strip, remove rubble, and unexploded bombs, and turned it into the quote-unquote Riviera of the Middle East, which is what they've been wanting to do, these devils, man. They've been wanting to do that shit, man. Build a resort type deal over there, man, for the rich. And also a canal, they were talking about that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they include that in the plans, But while he initially said that the Palestinians, you look into that, canal deal, to go around Egypt. But while he initially said that Palestinians, because you have that Suez Canal, right? They want to build their own, so they don't have to depend on Egypt. But anyways, while he initially said, and that's also why they grabbed the land. But I'm gonna continue. But while he initially said that Palestinians could be among, quote unquote, the quote unquote world people allowed to live there, he has since appeared to harden his position to suggest that they could not. Not a Jew on Sunday, which what we mean by that, But he's not a Jew. That's why we say that. On Sunday, praised Trump's proposal as revolutionary, quote unquote, striking a triumphant tone in a statement to his cabinet following his return from Washington. Quote unquote, President Trump came with a completely different, much better vision for the so-called state of Israel, said not a Jew, who was reportedly only briefed on the plans shortly before Trump's announcement, which I call bullshit. acting like they didn't have this shit planned from the jump. The reaction from much of the rest of the world has been one of outrage, with Egypt, Jordan, other Arab nations, and the Palestinians all rejecting it out of hand. They're saying, fuck that. The criticism was not limited to the Arab world, with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on Sunday labeling the plan quote unquote a scandal, adding that the forced relocation of Palestinians would be unacceptable and against international law, quote unquote. Trump's plan has also threatened to disrupt the fragile 6-week ceasefire between the so-called state of Israel and Hamas in Gaza, and the chances of it progressing to a second, more permanent phase. Trump, however, repeated his insistence that he could persuade Egypt and Jordan, both major recipients of U.S. military aid, to come around. They're saying, they should be in that land, man. Like, all these new people coming in our countries, man. Nah, man. They could stay in that land. That's their land. Quote unquote. I think I could make a deal with Jordan. I think I could make a deal with Egypt. We give them billions and billions of dollars a year. So basically, he's thinking, I'm gonna cut aid off, to get them to accept it. But that's gonna backfire, because they just gonna say, they could say, we'll just fuck with Russia, Especially, both of them, man. We'll just fuck with Russia. You cut off military aid, there's other options type shit, But, what eventually might happen is, Trump might say that we'll just build communities for them here in the U.S. or some shit, if he's unable to get a deal. But last year, Trump described Gaza as being quote unquote like Monaco. That's what they want to transform it to. While his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, suggested that the so-called state of Israel could clear Gaza of civilians to unlock quote unquote waterfront property. So they're just coming out with it. But also, what people have been saying, they come out with, they're like, fuck it, that's what we want to do. But also, this goes into biblical prophecy, Jeremiah 50 and 45 and 46. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. That he hath taken against Babylon, and his purpose is that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. This is talking about Babylon the Great, Because when you read it, you could tell, both kingdoms in captivity, all that. Children of Israel, children of Judah, oppressed together, didn't happen in ancient Babylon. So, that's happening where? In Babylon the Great. But anyways, verse 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purpose is that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And that least of the flock would be Amalek over there in their land, the so-called not so-called, the small hats, They're claiming to be us, man. They're in our land. Verse 46. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations, because these nukes is gonna end up hitting this place, because Babylon is in the mix. They're backing up who? The Israelis. This could actually, motivate these Arab, which really they're Ishmaelite countries, to link up with who? Iran, and do this, And basically it's beginning of World War III really popping off, Hey, Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 28. Behold, a horrible vision and appearance there from the east. Verse 29. When the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude shall be carried as the wind of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Verse 30. Also the Carmanians. And really the Carmanians are the Iranians. That's a part of Iran, where the Carmanians are from. So those are the Iranians. Raging in wrath shall go forth as... might as well now. Just in case, Carmanians, let me look that up. But I know it's the Armenians, I'm going to show y'all. Yeah, Carmanians, Iran, man. Look. It's right there where Iran is at. Like right there. It's part of Iran. There. It's in Iran. It's in Iran. But also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Now, this place is also spiritually known as Assyria, and that portion of the land of the Assyrians, I've always said, because of how basically the Assyrians did what the Edomites is doing today. Well, they're oppressing, northern as well as the southern kingdom, but also, they backed up. Basically, the Edomites, they placed, heathens in the land, other Edomites of the tribe of Amalek, claiming to be, us. And the Assyrians did the same. Eventually, those people took on the title of Samaritans. And Samaria is the capital of the Northern Kingdom. Was the capital of the Northern Kingdom. So basically, the Edomites did the same shit. So they're like the modern day Assyrians. But basically, that's that portion, that land. But also, looking at it now, you know, Gaza under that Trump plan, it's literally gonna be like literally a part of the U.S. Under that plan, how it is now. Which they could change it, but still the U.S. is gonna be involved in some kind of way like that. But also, the so-called state of Israel, is also that portion as well. Verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves conspiring in great power to persecute them. So their nature, what's the nature of Ishmael? Let's get that. Ishmael, that wild man. Hold on. Hey, Genesis 16, 11, and 12. And the angel of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, said unto her, to Hagar, right? Behold, thou art with child, I shall bear a son, shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, hath heard thy affliction. It's Yasham Mayala, man. He heard her affliction. Goes into that. Verse 12, and he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. So they're going to remember that wild nature, man. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring in great power to persecute them. Verse 32, then these shall be troubled and keep silence through the power that shall flee. When you read on down, this is the beginning, really World War III popping off. Verse 33, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Verse 34, behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, is describing World War III in a symbolic type of way. And they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. Verse 35, they shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. Verse 36, and dug a man into the camels of hope, which basically go into, I'm pronouncing right, and basically go into like, it's gonna be a lot of fear, man, because of that war, man, which is gonna cause that. Verse 37, and there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Verse 38, And then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west. Verse 39. And strong winds shall arise from the east, and shall open in the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stir the cold sphere towards the east, and the west shall be destroyed. Verse 40. The great wrath and mighty cloud shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the star that they make all the earth afraid. They talk about nukes, man. There wasn't a word for nukes back then, so they just had to describe it. That they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible star. Hey, it's talking about nukes. Verse 41. Fire and hail, fleeing swords, and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Talking about, like, yeah, what I was saying, man. Nuclear missiles and shit. Verse 42. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and grass and meadows in their court. Come on, man. Like, this war is going to spread, man. It's going to get bigger. That's what it's saying. And it's going to result, hey, in nukes hitting this place, man. Verse 43. They shall go steadfastly into Babylon and make her afraid. Verse 44. They shall come to her and besiege her, the star, all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up under heaven, and all that be about her shall bewail her. That's talking about Babylon the Great. Hey, if it's this, hey, hey, uh-huh, yeah, Revelation 18 and 8, therefore shall her place come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. But strong is the Most High power Yahweh, which judgeth her. Verse 9. And the kings of the earth, which have committed fornication, and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Verse 10. Standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come. And this place is like a great city, man. Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man. But that fits also Isaiah 13 and 14, chapters 13 and 14 as well, man. This as well, so that's how you know as well. But verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep, mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. Verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver, and precious stones, and of pearls, and fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and brass, and iron, and marble. Basically what they got from them. Basically what they sold them. Basically, because this is like a consumer country, man. The U.S. is mainly a consumer country. Or basically that goes into that mourning after that place is destroyed, which is America, Babylon, which is Babylon the Great. But, that's going to lead to that. But anyways, I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bakar, Barash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder. I mean, my bad, I can't do that. I forgot. I'm not officially a part of the GMS camp, but salutations to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. You know, we well, and Shalom to Malakim out there spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom, stay strong. But Ababa Ball, you know, which I gone into what that means, you know, in my other videos. About Adawamu, about I've gotten into what that means as well in my other videos, all this. About La Gawayan, Wa, about La Ayab now, you know, gone into even that, you know. Shalom, stay strong. Abba Ball, and hey, Yashar forever, because Israelites is gonna rule forever next, you know. Hey, when we got next, we got forever. You know, it's also playing into, you know, going into Black Panther. They was saying what kind of forever. Well, hey, it's about the Israelites, really, you know. Really, when you look into that, that's about it, the Israelites as well. So you just call it something different and throwing a Hamitic twist. That's why I say Yashar forever. But also Israelites, we got next, we got forever, man. No other heathen nation is gonna go after us. Anyways, Shalom, stay strong, you know, during to the end. You know, we're almost out of here. Yashar forever, Shalom. Yashar means Israelites, by the way, for those that don't know. Means Israel. We the Israelites, man. Hey, Shalom. Stay strong, guys. And I hope this, and I hope this live, this video, my bad, yo. Just waking up. Hope this video was edifying to the whole night. Shalom.